A warning tonight about the chemical bisphenol A. BPA was used in plastic bottles and can still be found in aluminum cans like these. Local businesses here in Nogales are suffering because long lines like these are making it hard to get into town to bring in business. And according to the Migration Policy Institute, about 1.7 million undocumented individuals would be able to qualify for deferred action. The State Department of Health Services says in 2012 they confirmed 12,000 cases of valley fever. Live in Phoenix, Andrea Perez, CBS 5 News. Con pláticas de una reforma migratoria, mucha gente se está preguntando si habrá beneficios médicos incluidos. I'm live here at the Republican headquarters in downtown Phoenix, and as you can see behind me, there are hundreds of people here. According to the Governor's Office of Highway Safety, Mesa had the most drug-related DUIs from Thanksgiving to New Year's Eve. Overall, there were 344 arrests made in that time period. Live in the broadcast center, Andrea Perez, Cronkite News.
Both of us are working very hard to assure that trade and those lines are reduced with time.
Those were the words of Mayor Arturo Garino of Nogales, Arizona, when discussing some of the key issues the border town is facing at last week's State of the City address. For years, the city of Nogales, Arizona had been known to be a place where Mexican visitors would go and shop. But for warehouse owner Jorge Felix, that hasn't been the case lately.
20 years ago, I would be able to tell you that I wasn't able to assist you at this store because it was so busy.
And being able to stay busy has been a daily struggle for Felix and his business these past couple of years, especially as American tourists have avoided the area and tourists from Mexico are also staying away.
This area right here fully depends on the commerce of the Mexican citizens. I could say that the majority of the people that come and shop here are from Mexico.
Local businesses here in Nogales are suffering because long lines like these are making it hard to get into town to bring in business.
To cross over to Nogales, Arizona, you have to sometimes wait 1 or 2 hours if crossing by foot, and sometimes 2 or 3 hours by car. So this is really affecting the business on this side.
But Mayor Garino is working with Sonora, Mexico to make sure that these wait times along the border are reduced so more money and business can be brought in.
One of the issues right now that we've been dealing with is trying to simplify or facilitate either with different tactics by Homeland Security or technology.
Felix says anything that can bring new people and new money to the border is critical if he is going to be able to survive the downturn.
I feel like every day and every year the business gets slower. You can see it in your sales.
Many people stayed away because of their fears of possible crime at the border town. But the mayor says the city is safer than ever and the crime rate is actually going down. He's asking tourists to come and take a look for themselves. We've all seen it, the brown cloud that looms over the valley. It can make you sick.
It felt like someone was stabbing me with a knife every time I would try to catch a full breath.
And as it got harder to breathe, Corey Schubert knew he needed to take immediate action.
Within a day, I was in the emergency department. So I just been walking around with it. It was growing in my lungs as full-fledged pneumonia.
And what was thought to be a case of pneumonia turned out to be valley fever.
You only have to breathe in one little spore, one little microscopic spore.
Valley fever is caused by a fungus that thrives in desert environments like here in Arizona. And what's making people sick is literally right beneath our feet.
The fungus thrives in the soil about 4 to 6 inches beneath the soil, and if people are walking around, if there's construction going around, if there's a dust storm, then the spores will get in the air and they can travel for miles.
And Schubert believes that's what made him so sick.
Yeah, I would lay really good money down that I got it when I took the trash out of my house for about 2 minutes.
However, Clarice Singh with the Arizona Department of Health says that it can be hard to diagnose.
About 60% of people with valley fever don't actually have symptoms.
But those who do show symptoms may just think it's the flu.
Symptoms of valley fever are your common flu-like symptoms, so fever, fatigue, cough, shortness of breath, muscle aches.
Though we can't avoid what's hanging over our heads, it's important to be aware of what's in the air.
They're your little kids after 4 months.
And Lisa Helgren takes her job of being a parent very seriously to make sure her little kids are protected from the loud noises of helicopters and lake tubers in the summertime. Lisa is an official nest watcher, one of many hired by the Arizona Game and Fish Department to monitor the nest of bald eagles around Arizona.
What we're most interested in is educating the public, making sure members of the public don't disturb the nest.
And making sure the public doesn't disturb these nests has been Jean Marie Spilker's job for the past 4 years.
It can be very unfortunate if someone is under the nest for too long and the baby birds don't get what they need in terms of warmth or in terms of shading on a hot day or feeding.
According to the Arizona Game and Fish Department, so far in 2013, 3 new breeding areas have been documented, bringing Arizona to a record 68 bald eagle breeding areas throughout the state. Both Lisa and Jean have partnered up for this season, and not only do they enjoy getting to know the birds, but also each other.
And you get to know that person really well for 4 months and become good friends.
While there's plenty of time for fun like kayaking and hiking, it's also a commitment.
But we do stay here 10 days at a time. We sleep here with the birds, and we get up dawn to dusk on those weekend days, and we work whatever that is.
And whatever work that might be, these volunteers spend days and hours to make sure these eagles are able to do one thing.
The first time you see your eagles fly, it's the most incredible experience that you can imagine.